The words exploded through the air like thunder ripping through silk. Amanda barely had time to blink before the iron gate slammed behind her, the cold metal crashing shut with a sound that echoed deep in her chest. Silence followed. Heavy, aching silence. She stood motionless on the curb, holding her breath, holding her shame. The travel bag on her shoulder, her only bag, slipped down, the zipper already half broken, a tired shirt poking out. She didn't move to fix it. Her hands were trembling. Behind the black gate, bathed in the glow of a high-end security light, Monica stood tall. Billionaire. CEO. Sharp as her designer heels. Her diamond bracelet caught the light like fire. Her eyes, always cold, were now burning with disgust. I told you. Monica spat, her voice cutting the night. Never help a stranger. If you love kindness so much, go live with that filthy man. Let's see where that gets you. Amanda didn't speak. She couldn't. Her throat felt locked. Her heart felt like it had been pushed through glass. Beside her stood the man she had helped. A silent figure in a torn gray coat, his hair wild, beard thick and rough. In one hand, he held a takeaway pack of jollof rice and chicken. In the other, a small bottle of water. The food Amanda had given him. The food that had just cost her everything. The gate behind them clicked. Locked. Amanda's world fell. Only 30 minutes ago, she was sweeping the marble floor in the front hall. A regular evening. Tired feet, routine thoughts. Then she'd heard a soft cough at the front gate. Just one cough, but it stopped her. Not loud, not begging, just tired. She had walked to the gate slowly. Looked through the tiny peephole. A man stood there, one hand resting on the gate, his body slack like he was about to fall. Please, he said, his voice rough, low. Just a little food. Anything. He didn't ask for money. Didn't demand. Just stood there with hollow eyes. Amanda hesitated. Monica had warned them all. Again and again. Don't feed strangers. Don't talk to them. Don't even look too long. Monica said kindness was a trap. A weakness. Amanda had obeyed those rules for a year. She needed the job. Needed the money. Needed the future. But in that moment, staring at the man's sunken face, something in Amanda cracked. Or maybe something remembered. Hunger. Real hunger. She had known it as a child, after her parents died, when food became a memory and studying became a battle against an empty stomach. Nights under a leaking roof. Days reading law books by candlelight. A dream wrapped in pain. And her mother's voice, long gone but never forgotten. If you have 2 spoons of rice, give one. Kindness keeps you human. Amanda turned away from the gate, walked quickly to the kitchen. She packed the best she could find, hot jollof rice, 1 piece of chicken, a chilled bottle of water. Then slipped out the back and walked to the small hatch in the gate. She didn't open it, just passed the food through. The man took it with both hands. His fingers brushed hers. Thank you, he whispered, eyes shining like he hadn't been thanked in years. What's your name? Amanda, she said gently. Eat, please, she added, her voice warm. He nodded. Just for a moment, the world felt less cruel. Then came the roar of an engine. Monica's SUV pulled in fast. Black, sleek, expensive. The door flew open. Her heels struck the pavement. Her face looked carved from ice. Amanda froze. Her heart dropped. Monica's eyes scanned the scene. Her lips curled. I warned you, she said, stepping closer, her voice rising. Are you trying to bring danger into my home? Into my gate? Amanda stammered. Ma, he was hungry. I don't pay you to think, Monica snapped. I pay you to sweep. She stormed back inside and returned seconds later with Amanda's old travel bag. She flung it toward the curb. It hit the ground hard, bursting open, a few clothes tumbling out. A single notebook with bent pages landed beside Amanda's foot. Ow! Monica shouted. Feed the poor? Then live with them. Amanda stood frozen. Her eyes burned. No family in the city. No friends. No place to sleep. She turned to the man with the food. He looked heartbroken. Ashamed. This is my fault, he said. I didn't mean to ruin your life. Amanda shook her head slowly. It's not you. It's her. Her voice broke, but she didn't cry again. She wouldn't cry in front of a stranger. Not tonight. The man stepped closer. His hands trembled. Then, something strange. He placed the food gently on the curb. reached inside the coat. Amanda stared. He pulled out a phone. Sleek, modern, expensive. It didn't belong in a coat like that. He tapped a number, and his entire voice changed. "Bring the convoy," he said. "Number 5, Lakeport Street. Now." Amanda's breath caught. Convoy? Before she could ask anything, she heard it. The low rumble of engines, distant but growing. She turned her head. Lights. One black SUV curved into the street. Then another. And another. 3 cars in total. Big, sleek, quiet like wolves. They stopped right in front of her. Men in dark suits stepped out and bowed. "Sir," one of them said to the man she just fed. Amanda's legs gave way. The bag slid off her shoulder and hit the ground. He picked it up, handed it to a guard, and turned to her. "My name is Sam Namdi," he said, "CEO of Sam Automobiles." Amanda's voice disappeared. Her mind spun. You were pretending?" she managed. "I was testing hearts," he replied softly, "to see who is kind when no one is watching." Amanda stood silent. "Numb. And you," he added, "are the only one who passed." She tried to speak, but nothing came. Just a tightness in her throat. "Come with me," Sam said gently. She hesitated. "I don't know you." He smiled. "You didn't know me when you gave me food." Her heart thudded. She looked at the silent gate behind her. The house that had thrown her out. The cold marble floors. Monica's sharp voice. Then she looked at the SUV. At the light inside. The warmth. And Sam's eyes. Steady. Clear. She stepped in. The door closed behind her with a quiet click. The softest sound she had ever heard. The car pulled away, tires whispering over the wet road. Rain began to fall. Amanda stared out the window, trying to understand what just happened. Beside her, Sam peeled away his beard. Then the wig. Underneath, sharp, neat features. His real face. Then the coat came off. Underneath, navy blue suit. Perfectly tailored. Amanda blinked. Her chest tightened. "Why did you do this?" she whispered. "I wanted to know the truth," he replied. "I wanted to find someone who still had a heart." Her voice trembled. "But now I have nothing." Sam looked at her. "Serious now?" "No," he said. "Now you have me." Rain tapped softly on the windows as the convoy rolled through the city, steady and sure. Amanda sat in the back seat of the SUV, her hands clenched tight around the straps of her bag. Everything felt unreal. The city outside looked familiar, but inside this car, her world had turned upside down. Across from her, Sam Namdi sat quietly, no longer the bearded stranger from the gate. His suit fit him like a second skin. His phone buzzed with alerts. His presence filled the car with the weight of someone who was used to being obeyed. Amanda stole a glance at him. Who was this man, really? She had fed him like a beggar. Now he moved like a king. And yet his eyes still held that softness. "You're quiet," Sam said, looking up. Amanda flinched a little. "I don't know what to say." "You don't have to say anything. Just breathe." She tried. Her breath came in short, uneven bursts. "Everything happened so fast," she whispered. "One minute I was sweeping floors. The next this." Sam nodded. "Life shifts like that. Sometimes all it takes is one moment." Amanda looked down at her lap. "I don't even know where we're going." "My home," he said simply. Her heart thudded again. "Why?" Sam turned his full attention to her. "Because you're not safe out there tonight. And because you did something most people wouldn't." Amanda shook her head. "It was just food." "No," Sam said. "It was kindness. And it cost you everything." She didn't respond. Her throat was tight. Outside, the city blurred by. Lights smeared like paint in the rain. The convoy moved onto the bridge, tires whispering across wet asphalt. Amanda looked out at the dark water below. Everything she knew had disappeared behind her. The job, the house, the structure of her life. Gone. Her chest ached. "Why me?" she asked suddenly. Sam leaned forward slightly. "What do you mean? I'm no one. I wear a wrinkled uniform. I live in a tiny room by the laundry. Why would someone like you care?" He didn't answer right away. Then, quietly, "Because someone cared for me once when I had nothing." Amanda blinked at him. "I haven't always worn suits," he continued. "I haven't always been Sam Namdi. Once I was just a boy with broken shoes and no place to sleep. But one woman, an old woman who sold bread on the street, gave me food every night for a week. She never asked for anything. That saved me. Amanda's eyes widened. What happened to her? She died before I could find her again, he said softly. But I built a bakery in her name. Amanda stared. You never forgot. No, he said. Kindness stays, even when everything else fades. The convoy turned off the main road. They entered a private lane lined with tall palm trees and gold-lit lamps. Amanda sat straighter, her fingers twisting. Her nerves sparked again. At the end of the lane stood a mansion. It rose like something from a dream. Tall windows, soft lights, roses climbing stone walls. Not loud like Monica's house. This one felt peaceful. The gates opened on their own. Guards bowed as the cars rolled in. Amanda clutched her bag tighter. When the car stopped, the door opened. Warm lights spilled inside. Sam stepped out first, then turned back and offered his hand. She hesitated, then took it. Her shoes touched the marble driveway. She looked up and felt like she was standing at the edge of a new world. Inside, the house was glowing with soft gold lights. Chandeliers shimmered gently. The floors were polished but not cold. Bookshelves lined the walls. Paintings, photos. A fireplace crackled quietly. Amanda's throat tightened. Everything about this place whispered. Welcome. A maid approached. Welcome, sir. Welcome, ma'am. Amanda shook her head quickly. No, please. I'm not a... Sam raised a hand gently. Tonight, you're my guest. Full respect. Amanda's eyes burned again. She nodded. He led her through a long hallway and into a quiet study. It smelled of old books and soft wood polish. A desk stood in the corner. Leather chairs faced each other near the fireplace. Sit, he said. She obeyed, slowly. Now breathe, he said again. And tell me your story. Everything. Amanda sat still for a long time. She had told no one her full story in years. Not even herself. But something in Sam's voice made it feel safe. My parents died when I was 11, she began quietly. My mother had cancer. My father couldn't handle it. He fainted one day and never woke up. They said it was his blood pressure. But I think his heart gave out. Sam listened, silent. I was sent to live with distant relatives. They treated me like a maid. I worked. I cooked. I barely went to school. But I studied at night. I wanted to be a lawyer. Her voice cracked. I thought working for Monica would help. I thought I could save for school. But she treated me like nothing. Amanda looked up, her eyes full of something fierce and fragile. Today, she said, I thought I lost everything. I thought my dream was gone. Sam leaned forward. Amanda, you didn't lose anything. Tonight, your journey begins. She shook her head. Law school is expensive. I don't even know if I'm worth it. Sam's eyes softened. You fed a stranger with tears in your eyes. Do you know how rare that is? Amanda blinked fast. You will go to law school, he said. You will study. You will pass. She looked around at the bookshelves filled with legal texts. I see fire in you, Sam added. And grace. That's a rare thing. Amanda pressed her hand to her chest. Why are you helping me? Sam looked at her for a long time. Because the world is too cold for good people to walk alone. Amanda felt something bloom inside her, quiet and trembling. Before she could speak again, a knock at the door. Sir, a guard said, we have a situation. Amanda's heart jumped. Sam's voice turned low. What kind? Monica, the guard said. She's at the gate. Amanda's breath caught. Sam frowned. Alone? No, sir. She brought reporters. Amanda's whole body went still. Reporters? Sam's jaw tightened. He looked at her. She found out who I am. Amanda's head spun. What does she want? To fight, he said simply. To shout. To save face. He walked to a control panel and turned on a screen above the fireplace. The front gate appeared in black and white. Amanda gasped. There stood Monica, drenched in the rain, her makeup smeared, her heels sinking in puddles. Reporters swarmed her. Cameras flashed. Behind her, two of her assistants looked helpless. She wants to break in, Sam said. She wants to force attention. Amanda hugged her bag tighter. Please don't let her hurt you because of me. Sam turned to her. Tonight, no one hurts you. Another guard rushed in. Sir, she's climbing the gate. Amanda stood, stunned. What? The screen showed Monica, her designer gown hitched to her knees, struggling to climb like a drunken cat. A reporter yelled, "Mom, be careful." Another laughed. "This is going viral." Amanda covered her mouth. Part horror, part disbelief. Sam pinched the bridge of his nose. "This is worse than I thought. Should we help her?" Amanda whispered. Sam looked at her. "Do you want to?" Amanda paused. "I don't want her to fall." He nodded. "Then we help her, but in a way that protects you." He walked to the intercom. "Open the small pedestrian gate," he told the guard. Amanda panicked. "No, please." "I can't face her." Sam turned, his voice soft. "You don't have to. Stay here. Watch. I'll handle it." Amanda nodded, her hands shaking. Sam left the study. The screen showed him approaching the gate. Reporters went wild. "There he is." Monica turned, eyes wide. "Sam, please, I didn't know." Sam raised a hand. "Monica, go home. Please don't ruin me," she begged. "I was afraid. I thought she was bringing danger." Sam didn't flinch. "You treated her like trash." Reporters leaned in, microphones held like daggers. Monica clutched her soaked gown. "Please don't pull your shares." Sam's voice went cold. "That depends." "On what?" she asked, desperate. Sam looked her in the eye. "On the one person you hurt most." Monica blinked. "Who?" "Her name," Sam said, "is Amanda." Monica's face turned white. Inside the mansion, Amanda stood frozen. Her name was out. The world was watching. And this story was just beginning. Amanda sat frozen in the quiet study, staring at the live feed on the screen above the fireplace. Outside, the rain danced on the camera lens, blurring the image, but not enough. She saw Monica clearly, drenched, humiliated, shaking. Her bright red gown clung to her legs. Her expensive heels were sinking into the mud near the gate. But it wasn't the rain or the reporters that made her look small. It was fear. "Amanda is here?" Monica asked, her voice barely rising over the buzz of microphones. Sam's voice came through, calm and steady. "Yes. And this time, you won't shout at her. You will speak like a human being." The reporters leaned in like an audience watching a stage fall apart. Cameras clicked. Monica blinked through the rain, her mascara running down her cheeks like ink bleeding from a broken pen. Amanda's palms were damp. Her knees trembled. She hadn't wanted this. She never wanted revenge. But she'd never imagined this either. The powerful woman who once barked orders across marble floors now stood outside, begging to be heard. Sam turned to face the camera inside the study. His voice softened. "Amanda," he said gently, "this is your choice. Do you want to see her, or stay hidden?" Amanda's heart twisted. She closed her eyes. Behind her lids, she saw too much. She saw herself at 11, standing by her mother's hospital bed. She saw the day she walked into Monica's mansion, her hope tucked into a folded resume. She saw the food in her hand, the man at the gate, and the cold slap of that gate locking behind her. A part of her wanted to run away again. But another part, the one that hadn't broken, stood taller. Amanda opened her eyes. "I want to see her," she whispered. Sam nodded on the screen. "Bring her in." Alone. The guards moved. The screen cut to a second camera, showing the gate opening just enough for one figure. Amanda stepped out of the study, but not into the hallway. She turned instead into a small adjoining room, a quiet reading space filled with soft chairs and shelves of poetry. Dim light filled the space, calm and golden. She sat down, spine straight, chin lifted. She would not stand. She would not kneel. Not anymore. Moments later, footsteps echoed. Slow, uneven. The door creaked open. Monica stepped inside, soaked to the bone. Her makeup was a smudged mess. Her hair stuck to her forehead. The woman who once seemed taller than walls now looked like she could barely hold herself up. She stopped when she saw Amanda. Amanda didn't move. "Amanda," Monica breathed. "It's really you." Amanda nodded. "Yes, I'm here." Monica took a shaky step forward, then paused, uncertain. I didn't know the man was Sam," she said. "I didn't know he was—" Amanda cut in quietly. "If you knew he was rich, you wouldn't have thrown me out." Monica opened her mouth, but nothing came out. Amanda's voice stayed soft. "Steady. You didn't punish me because I broke a rule. You punished me because I showed compassion. That frightened you." Monica's shoulders slumped. Her lips trembled. I made a terrible mistake. Amanda's eyes didn't soften. Not yet. Do you know where I slept that night? She asked. Monica shook her head slowly. Nowhere, Amanda said. I had no one. No place. I walked the streets until that convoy came. Crying. Alone. Because you threw me away like I was nothing. Monica pressed a hand to her chest, her breath ragged. Amanda, she whispered. I didn't mean to hurt you that way. I was afraid. I thought I was protecting my home. Amanda let the silence stretch. Let Monica feel it. I didn't want to come here to beg, Monica continued. But now I have no choice. Sam owns most of my company. If he pulls out, I lose everything. Amanda finally looked at her, eyes deep and unreadable. And now you want something from me. Monica fell to her knees, tears mixing with rainwater still clinging to her dress. Please, she whispered. I've lost control. I've lost the media, my partners, even my staff. I don't know what's left. Amanda looked down at her hands. Her fingers were shaking, but her heart wasn't. Sam entered the room quietly. He stood near the door, watching. Monica turned to him. Sam, I beg you, don't destroy me. Sam raised his eyebrows. Do you want protection or mercy? Monica hesitated. Mercy and forgiveness. Sam stepped aside and gestured toward Amanda. Then ask her. Monica turned back slowly, like someone waking from a long, bad dream. Amanda, she said, please, forgive me. Give me a second chance. Amanda stood. Monica looked up, eyes red. Amanda's voice, when it came, was calm. I forgive you. Monica gasped, her body folding inward. But, Amanda added, forgiveness is not the same as trust. Monica froze. Sam will decide what happens to your company. That's not my role. Monica nodded quickly, clinging to that small sliver of hope. Yes, yes, of course. Amanda turned to Sam. I like to rest now. Sam nodded. I'll take you upstairs. Monica remained on the floor as Amanda walked past her, a humbled figure sobbing into her hands. At the top of the stairs, Amanda paused. She looked back at Sam. Her voice was soft but steady. I didn't feel brave. Sam looked at her gently. You were. She smiled then. A small, tired smile, but real. 1 month later, a white envelope sat on Amanda's lap. Her fingers trembled as she opened it. Inside, an admission letter to law school. The University of Port Harcourt. Her dream, printed in black ink. Amanda dropped the letter and pressed her hands to her face. The tears came fast. Relief, joy, disbelief. Sam stood in the doorway, arms crossed, smiling. You earned it, he said. Amanda looked up, voice cracking. Thank you for believing in me. I don't believe in you, Sam said. I trust you. And that made her cry even harder. Years passed. Amanda sat through long nights of study, read law books until her vision blurred, wrote essays that drained her soul. But this time, she wasn't alone. She had support, a home, and Sam. He never hovered, never demanded. He just helped. Sometimes he brought tea when she forgot to eat. Sometimes he drove her to class in silence. Sometimes he waited outside, reading while she took exams. 4 years later, she stood on a stage in a flowing gown. Best graduating student, the speaker said. Amanda Ona. The auditorium roared. Amanda walked across the stage, barely holding it together. In the front row, Sam stood clapping. His smile, quiet, proud, melted her heart. After graduation, she became a lawyer. A good one. She worked for the government. She represented the federal high court. Then Sam asked her to be his personal legal counsel. She said yes. They worked side by side, every day, laughing, arguing over contracts, sharing quiet moments. And something deeper grew. They didn't speak of it. Not yet. But it was there. One night, in his private lounge, Amanda sat reviewing documents. Rain drummed on the windows. Sam walked in silently. Amanda, he said. She looked up, and then he knelt. Her hand flew to her mouth. I love you, he said simply. From the day you gave me food. From the day you refused to look away. Will you marry me? Tears flooded her eyes. Yes, she whispered. And just like that, the girl who had once slept under leaking roofs was about to build a future she never thought possible. 10 years. That's how long it had taken Amanda to walk into the one place where power didn't shout. It ruled in silence. The courtroom stood in respectful hush as she entered. Judge Amanda Namby. Her robe swept over polished floors. Her heels clicked steadily. No hesitation. No fear. The girl who once slept under leaking roofs now carried the authority of the federal high court on her shoulders. As she climbed the steps to the bench, her mind didn't wander. It didn't return to the gate, or to Monica's shouting, or to the night she cried into her bag. She had carried those memories for years, but now she didn't need them. They had shaped her, not defined her. Sam sat quietly in the back row, his presence calm, his gaze steady. No one else in the courtroom recognized him. Not the reporters, not the investors with stiff suits and clipped words, not even Monica's lawyer. Monica herself hadn't entered yet. Amanda took her seat. The gavel in her hand felt natural. "All rise," the court clerk announced. Everyone obeyed. Amanda's voice rang out with clarity. "You may be seated." The room rustled quietly as everyone settled. And then Monica walked in. She wore black. Her shoulders were tense, lips tight, eyes scanning the courtroom like a woman searching for a fire before it spread. She hadn't seen the judge clearly yet. Her mind was likely focused on Sam, wherever he might be. She took her seat beside her lawyer, whispering something under her breath. Her fingers trembled slightly. The investor's legal team stood first. "We are here," the lead counsel began, "because our clients entrusted their money, millions of dollars, to Monica Investments Limited." He turned, voice rising. $10 million vanished. Promises broken. A mega project abandoned. The words fell like hammers. Monica didn't look up. Her lawyer stood, voice firm but defensive. "There was no fraud," he said. "Only an unfortunate withdrawal of funds by a major shareholder. It caused collapse, but not deception." One investor stood up suddenly. "Who was a shareholder?" The lawyer hesitated. Amanda lifted a hand. "Let the defendant respond." Monica froze. Slowly, she stood. The moment she looked toward the bench, her entire face changed. Her lips parted. Her body swayed. Amanda, her former maid. Her eyes darted toward the clerk, then toward the court insignia, as if praying she was wrong. But she wasn't. Amanda met her eyes calmly. Monica swallowed. Her voice, when it came, was thin. "Sam Namdy," she said. "He withdrew. That's what ruined the project." Gasps filled the courtroom. The press leaned forward like animals catching scent. Amanda stayed still. "And why did he withdraw?" she asked quietly. Silence. Monica couldn't say it. That she screamed at him. That she shoved Amanda out for showing kindness. That she treated a billionaire like dirt because he looked like he didn't matter. "It was a misunderstanding," she said. Amanda didn't move. She didn't need to. The lie hung in the air like fog. Amanda picked up the case file, opened it calmly. "After review," she began, "this court finds that the defendant did not embezzle or defraud investors. The failure of the project resulted from a critical shareholder withdrawal." She paused. "However, the court acknowledges the defendant's willingness to auction assets to repay the debt. Therefore, she is granted a 3-month extension. No prison term will be issued." There were gasps, relieved ones from Monica's table, disbelieving murmurs from the back. Amanda's gavel struck. "Court is adjourned." The sound echoed. Monica collapsed in her chair, sobbing. Her lawyer whispered something, but she didn't hear it. Her body shook. She had come prepared for public execution. Instead, she was spared. Amanda rose, calm, controlled, not because Monica deserved it, but because Amanda had nothing to prove. Sam stood as she passed. Their eyes met. He nodded once. No words were needed. Amanda walked out through the side door, her heart not light, but steady. That was enough. That evening, the sky burned soft gold. Amanda sat on the couch, slowly removing her judge's wig. The house was quiet. She liked it that way. Peace didn't make noise. Sam entered with 2 mugs of hot chocolate. "You were powerful today," he said, sitting beside her. Amanda smiled a little. "It wasn't power. It was mercy." "Mercy is the highest form of power," Sam said. Amanda looked out the window, voice lower. "She hurt me, but I didn't want her to fall. I just wanted her to feel it. What means to be powerless?" She did, Sam said. Amanda nodded, and I realized I'm not powerless anymore. She didn't say it for pride. She said it like someone who'd survived a war and was finally laying down their sword. The doorbell rang. A maid appeared quickly. Ma, there's someone outside. She says she won't leave until she speaks to you. Amanda already knew. She stood. I'll go. Sam hesitated. Do you want me there? Amanda shook her head. No, let me do this alone. She walked through the hallway, her heels soft against the tile. At the door, the night air greeted her. Cool, still, and there, kneeling on the steps, was Monica. No makeup, no designer coat, just rain-soaked clothes and eyes swollen from crying. Amanda stepped into the doorway. Monica looked up like a ghost seeing light. Amanda, she whispered. Thank you. Thank you for not destroying me. Amanda didn't answer. I came to ask for something I know I don't deserve. Your forgiveness. Amanda crossed her arms gently. I forgave you already. Monica stared. If I hadn't, Amanda continued, I wouldn't have been fair in court. And I needed to be fair. Not for you. For me. Monica's face broke. Tears spilled. I was blind, she whispered. I thought money was everything. Power. Control. But I see now. You have something I never had. Dignity. Amanda's voice softened. We don't repay cruelty with cruelty. That makes us the same. Monica nodded, sobbing. I'm sorry. For everything. Amanda placed a gentle hand on her shoulder. Then go and rebuild your life, she said. And this time, build it with kindness. Monica bowed her head, weeping in the dark. And Amanda stood tall, calm, still whole. The storm had passed, not because Monica surrendered, but because Amanda no longer needed the war. The sun was gentle that morning. No drama, no thunder. Just the quiet dignity of a new day rising over the city. Amanda stood by her bedroom window, already dressed in her black robe, the collar white and pressed, the fabric heavy with meaning. The sky outside was golden. Her reflection in the glass looked like someone she used to dream about, someone she once believed she could never become. Judge Amanda Namby. Not a title, not a costume, a life. In the hallway behind her came the light patter of tiny feet. Mama, a girl with wild curls and bright eyes, burst into the room, dragging a pair of Amanda's shoes in her small hands. She beamed up at her mother with the kind of joy that made your heart hurt in the best way. Sam followed, holding a cup of warm tea. His tie wasn't even on yet. She wouldn't let me do her hair until she showed you the shoes, he said, smiling. Amanda lifted their daughter, Madonna, into her arms and kissed her cheek. You brought the wrong pair, she whispered, smiling. But you're perfect, the child giggled. I want to be a judge, too. Amanda nodded. You could be anything, but if you become a judge, be fair. Like you. Amanda paused. Her eyes softened. Yes, like me. Later, after breakfast and 1,000 small moments of family chaos, Amanda stepped into her study. The sun filtered through tall windows, painting gold across the bookshelf lined with law journals, framed diplomas, and a single photo of her parents, both smiling, long before illness took them. She touched the photo briefly, then turned to her desk. At the very top of the stack, a fresh folder. Monica Investments. Still alive. Still under review. Monica had managed, barely, to rebuild. Amanda had heard about it in the news. A smaller office. A new tone. Quiet humility, at least in public. But there were whispers. Financial shadows. Bad debts swept under the rug. And now, a message had come. A single line. Tell the truth, or everything comes out tomorrow. No name. No signature. But Amanda didn't need one. She had lived long enough to recognize desperation when it started knocking again. She forwarded it to Sam, who responded within seconds. It's starting. Monica's past is catching up. Amanda stared at the message. She felt no joy, no vindication, only silence. By morning, the courthouse was a sea of reporters. A media storm brewed outside, cameras rolling, journalists murmuring, investors watching. Inside, Amanda sat at the bench again, gavel in hand. She didn't blink. When Monica entered the room, she was not the same woman who once screamed behind a mansion gate. She looked thinner, quieter, her hair pulled back, her makeup minimal, but her eyes, that old fear still flickered behind them. When she saw Amanda behind the bench again, she faltered. Her lawyer tugged her gently to sit. Amanda didn't flinch. This time, Monica wasn't here to ask for mercy. She was here because someone had uncovered records, hidden debts, falsified balance sheets, deals signed in the dark. Not enough for criminal charges yet, but enough to demand answers. The prosecution made their case, line by line. Amanda listened without comment, taking notes, asking questions only when necessary. Monica's lawyer argued stress, pressure, miscommunication. But the evidence was solid. Amanda didn't show emotion. She didn't speak down. She didn't rise above. She simply judged. After closing statements, the courtroom stilled. Amanda folded her hands. This court finds that the defendant operated under financial misrepresentation. While intent to defraud is not legally proven, the behavior breached ethical standards and regulatory requirements. Monica's face dropped. Amanda continued. As such, the court imposes a regulatory fine and mandatory independent oversight for a period of 18 months. Any further breach will result in a criminal referral. Gasps echoed. Reporters scribbled. Cameras flashed. Amanda added, her voice low but clear. Let this record show, mercy is not the absence of accountability, and kindness is not the same as forgetting. She brought down the gavel. Court adjourned. Monica sat still for a long moment. No tears, no collapse, just a quiet woman in a black blazer, slowly realizing that even survival comes at a cost. That evening, Amanda returned home late. The lights were low, the house quiet. Madonna was already asleep. Sam waited with dinner warming in the kitchen. Amanda didn't eat right away. She walked out to the back garden instead, barefoot in the grass, staring up at the sky. She remembered nights when all she had was a cracked ceiling above her, stars blocked by water stains. Now she had everything she once prayed for, and it still didn't make days like today easy. She heard footsteps behind her. When she turned, she didn't expect what she saw. Monica, alone, standing by the garden gate. No umbrella, no guards. Amanda watched her for a long beat before walking to the gate. I won't stay, Monica said quickly. I just wanted to see you, to say something. Amanda nodded once. Go on. Monica stepped closer. When I saw you behind that bench today, I realized something. I wasn't afraid of the sentence. I was afraid of you seeing me like that again. Weak, scrambling, caught. Amanda said nothing. I used to think power meant being untouchable, Monica whispered. But now, I see that the only real power is what you did. You held me accountable and still didn't destroy me. Amanda looked her in the eye. I didn't protect you. I protected justice. Monica nodded slowly. I know. I deserved worse. I just wanted you to know I'm not the same woman anymore. Amanda looked toward the garden. Maybe not, but don't prove it with words. Monica followed her gaze. Then how? Live differently, Amanda said softly. Run your company differently. Treat people like they matter. Start there. Monica's voice cracked. I never said thank you. Not really. Amanda's tone stayed even. You just did. Monica stepped back, hands trembling slightly. Good night, Amanda. Amanda didn't respond. She just watched as Monica disappeared into the night. Years passed. Amanda didn't chase headlines. She didn't run for office. She didn't build empires. She built something quieter, lasting. She mentored young women in law school. She funded scholarships under her mother's name. She took weekends off, baked with Madonna, played piano badly, and laughed loudly. Sam never tried to hold her back. He didn't have to. He simply walked beside her. Once, during a charity event, a woman approached her in tears. I was fired for helping someone, she said. Your story kept me from giving up. Amanda had smiled gently. Then it did its job. One day, sitting in her study, Amanda wrote a note for her daughter. Just in case the world got loud. If you have 2 spoons of rice, give one. She placed it inside a small silver box. Labeled it, When the World Forgets Who You Are, because she knew the world could be cold. But she also knew something else. Kindness was never weakness. Mercy was never surrender. And dignity never shouted. It simply stood.